Okay, we'll start. Let them join. See, they just now we finished that acute toxicity. Okay, then you have subacute and chronic toxicity testing. Okay, so these are the nothing but these are the just extended part for the acute toxicity study. Okay, extended part of acute toxicity study nothing but like you are doing acute toxicity study for a limited time period. Okay, here you are doing extending the time period of after you identifying that one sorry, one safer dose from that acute toxicity. Suppose you have identified that 500 mg per kg is the safest dose from the particular for the particular compound. Okay, but if you want to do the gross study of that particular compound, because in 48-hour observation you have only identified whether it is having the what you can say toxic, whether it is having LD50 or any kind of. But if you want to study of its detail, like what are the chronic effect of that particular drug, then you have to go for the subacute and chronic toxicity. See, nothing but it is defined as a specific target organ or systemic toxicity which are arising from a repeated exposure. Okay, so repeated here you need to understand. Okay, in the acute toxicity study there is a single dose administration. Okay, there is a nothing like that repeated. But in chronic, what you will do the repeated exposure to the animal for a particular specific dose. Okay, see, 500 mg per kg depending upon the body weight you will calculate, and you will identify the dose. And that dose, if you are doing subacute, then it will be for 28 days, and if you are doing chronic study, then it will be for 90 days. Okay, so you will give the animal to that particular dose daily. Okay, and that daily dose means it will be a time specific. Okay, why I'm stressing all these basic thing? Because many of time we lead to this kind of such mistake, so that can harm the our study result at the end. Okay, so you be thorough with your basics when you are doing any animal study. Okay, so you have to be on time. If you have started your dose, you have to fix in your mind, if I'm going to start at 10 o'clock, so for next 90 days, like if you are doing chronic toxicity study, you have to make it on for 90 days or 10 o'clock only. Okay, it should not be 10:30 or anything. Okay, so you have to be thorough with this thing and fix in your mind. Okay, then this chronic and subacute testing, this will not only for oral, for any kind of preparation, like if it could be a dermal inhalation or any oral route. Okay, so all these things you can perform these studies both like in subacute as well as chronic for 28 days and 90 you. So why you are doing all those things? See, this endpoint for repeat dose testing consists of an evaluation of clinical observation, blood analysis, whole body gross necroscopy, and microscopic examination of all organ and tissues. Okay, see, and repeat dose. Okay, so like for if I'll give you one example. Okay, see, any compound, like if you are saying that that particular compound is anti-diabetic. Okay, if you are just claiming based upon its structurally similarity to the any standard marketed anti-diabetic preparation. Okay, so what you need to see in that blood analysis every week, you have that, like suppose you have 90-day study, chronic study. Okay, so every week you have to measure the that fasting blood sugar level and lipid profile. Okay, and if you want to look, you can look for the kidney function test. Okay, these three markers you have to always observe. Then fourth thing, you have to daily monitor. Okay, daily monitor the changes in the body weight. Okay, if suppose there is an anti-diabetic compound, so there will be like your animal will have retained the normal body weight. If there is any changes or any problem in the chemical compound, so it may lead to the decrease in the body weight. So always you need to monitor the body weight continuously. Okay, so these, and at the end of study, if that is an anti-diabetic compound. Okay, so at the end of study what you need to do, you have to sacrifice the animal as per the guidelines specific, like how you need to sacrifice and all those things, using what kind of anesthesia, all those things you have to consider. Then you have to sacrifice the animal and take the vital organ, especially kidney, liver, heart, and if anti-diabetic is there, then also you have to take the pancreas. Okay, so in if pancreas is there, so what you will see, if there is a anti-diabetic activity, so there will be a retention of the beta cell. Okay, if there is a something problem, then there will be chance that destruction of the beta cell, and there could be a increase in the alpha cells. Okay, so this is like generally what you will observe in the histopathology. Okay, see again in this like in chronic and subchronic, you have again various guidelines. Okay, so all guidelines will remain the same, only the changes in their principle and limit test or what kind of procedure. See, once you will go through the guidelines, you have to make the difference, like this is what difference, this is the you can make a separate column. Okay, like how you are making column for your pharmacology classification or pathophysiology. So you write down like OECD 402, 403, 420, 423, 425, whatever is there, and just make it out or segregate the differences between them, and there will be you have been completing your all guidelines. There is a nothing to worry all about this. Okay, and so what is the objective of this chronic toxicity which is covered by this test guideline? See, you can identify if any hazardous property will be there for a chemical, because here you are exposing animal for a longer period of time. Okay, and then identification of target organ, you can like while performing the histopathology, you can see if there is any change will be there in any particular organ, or the organ, like if kidney may got damaged but liver remain the same. Okay, so you can say for the liver it is not harmful, but there is a damage to the kidney. Okay, so this is what you can identify all the thing, and the characteristic of the dose response relationship via the graph you can conclude, and with the help of the some therapeutic dose indication, you can plot a graph and you can identify at what maximum time period it will showing the therapeutic effect. Okay, then identification of no observed adverse effect level, that is nothing but noel or point of departure. So you can identify like at what time, if it is for a 90 days duration, whether animals showed any sign and symptom of any kind of adverse effect for a particular dose or not. So all you can predict. Okay, then prediction of chronic toxicity effects at human exposure level. Okay, so whatever parameter or identifying result you are seeing here, so you can just for a therapeutic reference, not for a practical reference. Okay, for a therapeutic reference you can keep in your record, like if animals are suffering from this kind of toxic effect at a particular dose for a particular period at a particular time after that dose, so maybe human can also get the this kind. So you can alter this kind of modification in the dose once you will identify this all kind of exposure. Okay, then provision of data to test hypothesis regarding mode of action. So hypothesis nothing but assumption. Okay, so you can make one assumption. Okay, because of this data what I'm getting, so I am thinking like maybe the mechanism of action of that particular drug would be like this. Okay, so this is how you can make a one hypothesis. Okay, so you know what are the type of hypothesis you have? There is a two hypothesis, null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. In one you will reject the true thing, and in one you will accept the true thing. Okay, so this is what, when now time is not there, so I cannot explain you much in detail, but whenever time will permit I will explain you about this hypothesis. Okay, so here also you have that different type of test guidelines. Okay, you can see uh, test guideline 407 for subacute, test guideline 408 for 90 days. Okay, the dermal toxicity for 410, 411 for subchronic. Okay, so this is are the various guidelines you can see. Okay, when you I just request you guys, like whenever you are having time, just download this test guideline and you make it out the differences between this. Okay, you can understand better way, like animal species will remain the same, body weight remain the same, parameter remain the same, evaluation will remain the same, only you need to identify what could be the dose and what could be the some alteration they are doing when you compare to the acute toxicity and chronic toxicity. Okay, So what could be the initial consideration? See, here also you will consider the same thing, like what is the type of method, description of the method. So you have to understand, and what is the animal species you will select, housing and feeding condition, preparation of animal, preparation of doses, observation, ophthalmological examination, body weight, food water consumption and food efficiency, hematology and clinical biochemistry, pathology, gross necroscopy, and histopathology. Hmm. So all these parameters or initial consideration you have to uh, perform. Then you have to go for the any kind of animal chronic toxicity or any kind of study. Okay. So here like food water consumption. Why here? Because I want to give you just a small thing. Like whenever if you have some any like immuno modulatory or immuno enhancing thing. Okay, so you will see in that one thing or sometime what will happen if there is a like whatever food supplement study will be there or any kind of study will be there. So there our main target is to identify that how much animal have consumed the feed on daily basis. So at the end what will identify or on a week basis will identify the percentage of food consumption by the animal in a particular group. Suppose today we have kept 100 gram of feed. Okay, tomorrow we will go on the same time and will take out the remaining feed, will weigh. Okay, suppose it left around 20 grams. So first day consumption is 80 gram. Okay, again we keep the same. Okay, 20 plus again we keep the 100 gram. Next day again we weigh and we'll weigh. If there is a immuno enhancement will be there, so there is a chance of more consumption. If there is any immunosuppression or any kind of disease or disorder has been into the animal, so depending upon the feed consumption also you can identify that my animals are on particular week they are consuming that much food, but after 15 days they are going for the less food consumption. So maybe there is a problem with our some drug or dosage, though they or like appetite suppressant is there, so they are not going for the food eating, all those things. Okay, so you can identify based upon the feed consumption also. Okay, and you aware about this hematology and clinical, like whatever the study you are doing, depending upon the study you will perform the their biomarker level. Okay, for example I have given you, if you are doing diabetic study or any diabetic molecule will be there, then you will go for the FBS, fasting blood sugar, lipid profile, all those things. If there is a liver related product will be there or hepatoprotective, then you will go for liver function test. Okay, like SGOT, SGPT, LPLE, all those things you will perform. Okay. Then test report. Okay, so you have to be include this information like test substance, their nature, purity, physiochemical property, data, source of substance, batch number, vehicle you have to choose. Like commonly we go for the water, but if water is not there, then if any chemical, see I'll quickly tell here. See if any chemical substance will be there which is not going to soluble into water, then we'll use one of the universal solution which is known as DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide, but we will not use 100% DMSO. We will use for animal study not more than 50%. There will be, we will start with less concentration, like we will start with 10% DMSO. If it get dissolved, fine. If not, then we'll go for 20. Then if not, then 30, not 40. But maximum we use 50% DMS. So if it is not getting dissolved, then we have to change the or we have to do the alteration in the chemical compound. But we cannot go for the 100% DMSO. Remember this thing, okay? If the pure chemical compound is not going to dissolve in the water, then you have to go for the DMSO that is not more than 50% DMSO. You can start with the less. Okay, you have to start with the less, but not more than the 50%. Okay, then test species depending upon the like species, strain, age, sex, okay, housing condition, all this I told you. And condition like route of administration for inhalation, like nose only for a actual death, and conversion factor will come for the step and down method. Okay, and taste concentration, all these things will be considered when you are performing the test condition. Okay, and result like we have seen in the earlier slide, all remain the same, like survival, there will be LD50 or not, body weight, consumption of food, like I told you about here, calculation of food, water consumption, any hematological, histopathological, necroscopy, body weight, all you will perform. Okay, then statistic at the end of whatever data you are getting at the end, you have to convert into the statistical data, so you will get the overall picture of that your result. Okay, so for pharmacology we use graph, pad, prism. There will be a different version, you can use minitab, SAS, Excel. Also you can use various kind of software tool to interpret the result. Okay, these are the some of the uh, references from where I took this some of the notes, and here I have this kind of references from where this slide was done. Okay, and finally, thank you for bearing with me and understanding this concept. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can always ask me. Okay, and thank you for your cooperation, and I hope that you understand this unit, this chapter. Okay, and from next week onwards, your other teacher will take the class, as I told you, because I'm going for the PharmD third year. Okay, if you have any doubt, any doubt is there? Tell yes or no. You have to go for the next class also, right?
Sir, can you share the PPT?
That I will do. That is not at all doubt. Okay. Any doubt will be there?
No, sir.
Okay, 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 okay. Chalo, thank you. Thank you. I'll share you, Sandeep. Okay, you share to your
Thank you, sir.
friends. Okay, okay,
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
okay, okay,
Thank you.
okay.